with 22-year-old Priyanshu Rajawat searching for his third final if he gets there this week. On the World Tour, he's up against Takuma Obayashi, who was runner-up here in Canada in 2022, just 2 years ago. You can see there Anders Antonsen awaits the winner of our next match with Kenta Nishimoto against young Alex Lanier from France. Terrific week for him as well, so far making it through to the quarterfinals. Well, there is Rajawat making his way out first. I'm Bobby Griffin, and alongside us for the afternoon, 2004 Olympic Games qualifier Charmaine Reid. Charmaine, great to be back here in Canada. And I mentioned the Olympic Games, it might not apply for these two players, but how important is it for a lot of players in this tournament to be here right now with the Olympics just around the corner?
Yeah, it's an exciting time, only a couple weeks away, and this is the last major tournaments before that. So a lot of practice, a lot of confidence building here. It's used as a prep for the Olympics as well, and a lot of these players are heading to Paris soon.
Well, that young man, I'm sure, will have his sights on that in the future. A terrific player. First saw him out at the Orléans Masters, taking that title just over a year ago. Priyanshu now 22 from Madhya Pradesh in India. Part of the 2022 Thomas Cup winning team for India. Played his part just by being there. Came through that one yesterday against Rasmus Gemke, the number 8 seed. Terrific for Rajawat to get through that long match in 70 minutes. He was semi-finalist at the Australian Open last year, but we'll take a quick look as well. Takuma Obayashi made his debut all the way back in 2018 at the Vietnam International Challenge, and he was runner-up here 2 years ago to Alex Lanier, who's made it through as well to tomorrow's quarters. That's Obayashi's result yesterday, pushed all the way by Israel's Misha Zimmerman. One title on the World Tour for Obayashi, the Indonesian Masters last year, and a couple of finals as well over the last 2 years. That's Paul Boyberg from Denmark, our chair umpire for this one. And he'll be supported by Canada's Remy Beaulieu.
Ready to play?
So a familiar venue, Charmaine, for you. Playing so much and so much success here in Canada as well, your home nation. A venue you've played in before, I take it? Or is it a bit young in terms of venues for when you were doing the circuit?
Yes, yeah, no, actually I didn't get the privilege to play here. We've moved it around over the years and played at different facilities. But Calgary's great. I mean, this is where the national team was based for many years. The altitude is challenging, actually, if you're not used to it. Every time you come back here, take your breath away, and you actually have to hit a little bit differently as well.
Well, tell us about that. I mean, with altitude, you've got thinner air. Does that affect the flight of the shuttle?
Absolutely. It's a lot faster here. So what they use here is the slowest shuttle you can buy on the market. So here in Mexico City, is the speeds, and yeah, even the shots, you're not swinging as much. It's a lot faster. So if you used a regular shuttle, it would be zooming out the back. So they are different speeds.
So some extra kilometers per hour on some of these smashes, I think we can expect.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right,
good fast defense, but you want to attack in a venue
India.
like this.
And on my left, Takuma Obayashi, Japan. Takuma Obayashi to serve. Love all. Play.
Well, an attacking game. Says Charmaine here in the Wynn Sports Arena. That's what we can expect. I wouldn't necessarily say, I don't know how much you know about these two particular players, but they're very all-round in my opinion. We're going to see some fierce attacking throughout the afternoon, I'm sure, with Yushi Tanaka coming on court in the next match and Brian Yang.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two out here, that they like to play a fast game, but they run and cover the court really nicely. So we are going to be having a lot of long rallies and waiting for those opportunities. That just went wide, but definitely waiting for those points that you can score on.
Terrific cross smash from Rajawat.
Service over. 1-2.
You see Obayashi looking for the straight, and he had the whole court open to go cross.
And is that part of it, you think, Charmaine? I mean, like you said, the altitude means the quicker game, the quicker shuttle. You almost have to gamble slightly. If you haven't quite got the length of the lift, you expect the smash. Your best chance, perhaps, is to try to guess they're going to smash one side or the other.
Yeah, especially if it's short, you have to kind of guess. Definitely if it's short, but it's hard to find the back line. So if you're going to lift, you might have to lift a little bit higher to get the depth. And if it's not a high lift, it will sail out the back. So you do have to make the adjustments. And you'll see some of the older players, more experienced, that they can adjust to the lights, the venue, the drift, and focus on that.
Four, 2. Five, 2.
Obayashi just keeping steady so far. An early 3-point lead. Well, there's that court coverage, terrific in defense.
Service over. 3-5.
Well, you mentioned older players. In a few games' time, we've got Michelle Lee out on court number 1 for Canada Open titles. It feels strange to talk about Michelle Lee as getting on for a veteran of the women's singles now. She's into her 30s. I don't know if you know what kind of form she might be in still. I mean, qualified for the Olympics?
Yes, yeah, and she has a good, you never know, she could medal. She's beaten all the players that will be there.
Service
So she has a shot. Anybody
6,
has a shot.
3.
It's the nerves at the Olympics that really make a difference. And Michelle has the experience. She is a good player. She hits well. She moves well. It's the injuries sometimes. She's had some difficult injuries, but if she's in good shape, you never know.
Well, it's been a good couple of weeks on the circuit as well for the USA's Beiwen Zhang as well, who was on court earlier and came through easily. She was in the final last week. Again, another
7-3.
veteran, if you like. Great stuff coming out of Pan Am over the last few years.
Yeah, absolutely. She has the style, again, to win a medal. There's a chance for that. She had an injury with their Achilles last Olympics, but yeah, they're both here and they're both gearing up for Paris.
Yeah, absolutely. And although the Zhu sisters, Annie and Kerry, won't be going to the games, I don't think, this year, but they're on court as well, so it's good to showcase a lot of Pan Am's players.
Yeah, they actually are. They qualified in the women's doubles, yeah, so that's another exciting one. Here
brilliant.
later on today, we'll have a chance to watch them.
Well, plenty to stay tuned for. We've got the first 8 matches live for you here on court number 1. Plenty more badminton to enjoy, so make sure you stay with us throughout the day here.
Service over. 8-4.
Determined looking Takuma Obayashi at the moment. Good start to this match. Well, there you go. The lift wasn't as long as he'd hoped. Easy put away for Priyanshu.
Yeah, and he gets behind it nice and easy. Has so many options and he takes it cross again.
6-8.
Well, there's that high lift you mentioned. Is it safer, perhaps, to go high to make sure you can put it on the back line?
Exactly, and Japanese style too.
7,
If they get in
8.
trouble, they just crank it really high, and then they have a chance for the next one. But yeah, if you go high, the less chance of it going out the back.
That's a good spin at the net
Service
from
over.
Obayashi.
9-7.
So what about this discipline lately, Charmaine, the men's singles? I mean, I'd like to, if I may, put you on the spot slightly. Victor Axelson's been dominating the game for a few years, but over the last 6 to 9 months, he hasn't quite looked in his own self at times on court. For me,
Service over.
Olympic Games gold medal is wide open
8,
in men's
9.
singles. I don't know if you've got a particular favourite or somebody you've enjoyed watching play recently you think has the best chance of taking that gold medal.
I think if Victor's fit, if he has no injuries, I favor him actually. He's going to be strong mentally, physically. Again, if I know he had a foot injury, but I'll put my money on Victor. He's solid. He doesn't play as many tournaments as everyone else, and his ranking was still #1 for a long time. Now it slipped to #2.
Priyanshu
But in
Rajawat.
my mind, he has an
Challenge
all-around
called.
great game, and
Out.
he's focused on the Olympics. So maybe the last few months, those weren't his goals. Of course, you want to do your best, but he wants to peak for Paris.
Yeah, and that's important, isn't it? As we just take a look at this challenge here. And in badminton terms,
Challenge unsuccessful.
that's pretty wide.
1 challenge remaining. Service
So
over.
Obayashi with 1 challenge
10,
remaining for this game.
8.
Yeah, and that's important, isn't it?
Play.
Especially as players get a bit more older, perhaps. Got to pick and choose those tournaments. Carolina Marin, for example, in women's singles, considered one of the greats, and yet
Service
sometimes we
over.
don't see her for a few months, and she's at
9,
home training hard,
10.
but she always turns up, puts in a performance when it's the World Championships, when it's the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's what Victor's main goal is for this year.
For this year, it's tough because you do want your #1, #2 ranking. So it is tough. You want to play well at all these tournaments, but you're still
Service
thinking
over.
the big goal is
11,
another Olympic
9.
medal. Same with Carolina.
Interval.
Well, it's Obayashi with the 2-point advantage into the mid-game interval here in the first. Just 8 minutes on the clock.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 9. Play.
Oh, good net. Puts it
Service
back to
over.
the net.
Well, how did he do
10,
that? I mean, that
11.
was deceptive.
Obayashi really backed away from that and thinking he was going to lift, and places it nicely. Just got faked out, going the wrong direction.
10, 11. Play.
Oh, there's that big smash again. He's got the all-round
11
game, but
all.
that attack looking ever more impressive under these fast conditions. Really burst onto the scene last spring for me. In Europe, the Orléans Masters going all the way to take the title. It's a good defense, but it's not good enough. Taking that early.
12,
Yes, he does.
11.
If you watch his footwork too, he tries to always come nice and early, just reaching out and placing it cross court. Rajawat, if you watch even at the net, that's where you want to win the game. He has a little bit of deception, but placing a shot, waiting for that opportunity, the lift, and then going at it. But both of them, they're trying to win that net.
Yeah, and it's so important in men's singles, especially under these fast conditions, because if you give away the attack to your opponent, you know, you're really under pressure, especially when the shot was coming down at you.
Exactly.
So fast.
Yeah.
12, 11.
Oh.
13,
Not
11.
quite back, but if you watch, actually, Rajawat, how he comes in quick and he just has a little wiggle in that racket.
Yeah, little
and that just throws a Japanese player off. Just that one slight second.
Good technique from the Indian.
Service over.
Commentator's curse.
12, 13.
I thought this would be a battle back and forth. They have similar. They like to run. They like to cover the court, and yeah.
13 all.
Good battling spirit from Obayashi. Rajawat trying to hold that attack for the last two rallies. He's just squeezed a bit too tight, I think. A couple of errors. There's that little bit of deception again.
Yes, yeah, and he's good at
Service
that.
over.
Just watch it. Just that little bit throws him
14,
off.
13.
Priyanshu reading that cross smash nicely. Good rally for him.
15, 13.
Doesn't feel for me, Charmaine, that Obayashi is hitting the floor as much as Rajawat is. He's not hitting winners through the Indian, whereas we've seen
14,
Rajawat
15.
put that shuttle away time and time again. And yet the scores are still quite close. Is that a style, a strategy? I mean,
You know, it's going to be difficult to get a point off of Obayashi. Yeah, you really have to stick in it. It's going to be long rallies just like this. And yeah, his power isn't as threatening, but he does cover the court. Not a real tall player either, but nice and steady. And when he has those opportunities, he takes them.
oof. Well, there was a chance.
Over.
It was, yeah, he set that up beautifully,
16,
but a little
14.
bit too much and into the net on that one.
Priyanshu nodding. And the longest rally we've seen so far in the match, 15 minutes in.
And he also had a great win yesterday against Zidane, building up his confidence there as well.
Yeah, that was great. Gemke, the number 8 seed, I think. And winning the longest rally, particularly in games 2 or 3, is that important? Because surely it's a confidence boost when the rally goes on and on and on, and you come out on top.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yeah,
17,
those are the hard
14.
ones to win. Every point sometimes is hard, but when you get to win the long rallies, it really makes a difference. And even though you're tired out there, you don't want to show it. You just kind of grin and bear it, and maybe turn around and have a breath. But yeah, you never want to show to your opponent that you're not
18, 14.
Solid defense. I don't think the lift was that long, and still Obayashi finding it difficult to get the shuttle past Rajawat. There's that big high, this time a clear.
There you go. He waited for that opportunity.
Over.
He gets up really high. He flies in
15,
the back sometimes.
18.
And, again, not a lot of power, but good placement.
Well, he's number 5 in terms of Japanese men's singles players at the moment. And that's quite impressive for Obayashi, having played 14 tournaments
Over.
in this ranking period compared to some of his
19,
countrymen that have
15.
played between 20 and 25. And we've got Yushi Tanaka coming up in a little while as well, and he's possibly even shorter in stature. But my God, he can get off the floor. He's so fast, so powerful, and he's got weapons overhead as well. So it's quite exciting times, I think, at the moment for Japanese men's
16,
singles players.
19.
Yes, it's nice and solid. I mean, the women, the men, they're really good. And now the Indians that won the Thomas Cup, which is a team event for the men, it's incredible. So both of these countries are really, you know, improving and taking
17,
badminton to another
19.
level.
Good shot. And with that cross smash,
Service over.
Priyanshu Rajawat with
20.
a chance to take the
Game
opening
point.
game.
17.
And he watches racket, he opens it up and just, not a hard one, but perfectly placed.
Yeah, really accurate, wasn't it? And like you say, we've got strength in depth now in other countries that aren't typically, over the last 30, 40 years, dominating the sport. India and Japan really coming through strong across many disciplines.
Thank you, Lanjot.
And for me, it's great to see draws wide open in both men's singles and in particularly men's doubles too.
20.
Oh, it's great. It's
17.
fantastic for the sport. And yeah, the women's singles, it's so hard to tell who's going to win any given day. Right now, Japan is really solid, but yeah, even India in the men's doubles, Shetty and Ranki Reddy, it's incredible how far they came so quick.
Well, game point, remember, here, 3 of them for Rajawat. Brilliant rally, but he's gone wide.
Service over. 18, 20.
Obayashi hanging on.
Rajawat coming into the center of the court on his lifts and that, cutting down the angles and waiting for his opportunity. A little while.
He's really gone for it the last 2 rallies.
20.
Obayashi's just hanging in there, but yeah, a little wild from Rajawat. Not a time to do that.
No. It's gone long. There it is, third time of asking.
First game
For
won by
Priyanshu
Priyanshu
taking
Rajawat,
the opening game,
21-19.
21-19. I got a bit nervous for him then, Charmaine, because he'd played with so much control to build that lead and get into that winning position. And then he started trying to find the line to finish the game off. That's quite dangerous.
Very dangerous. It's working all the time. You keep going that way. Don't worry about the last point. It'll come, but you can't change it up like that.
One game to love then. The Indian in charge of this match at the moment.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Love all. Play.
So the better start for Priyanshu Rajawat, but the change of ends,
Service over.
particularly when
1 love.
conditions aren't perhaps, well, typical to what you're used to playing. And you said that the altitude up here affects the way the shuttle flies, and we're in an entirely different confident to where much
Service
of
over.
badminton is being played.
1 all.
Is it likely that the end of the court is there going to change your game here? Could we see Obayashi take full control, or are these two guys skilled enough to just sort of hold that together?
No, absolutely. Sometimes people like to play into the drift or against the drift. So it all depends on the individual. But yeah, if you have a better side, you get more confident. You're not lifting out the back, and you're nice and solid. So sometimes it can change. But these players are used to so many different things. So you need to adapt and adjust and fight through it.
Good smash this time at the body. Haven't seen
It's
that
over.
much from
2 all.
Obayashi. Good control with the lift.
And then he
It's
takes
over.
across, so that's dangerous. It's
3,
opening the court there.
2.
So he's back, right back in the corner, and he takes across, then the whole court is wide open.
Again, it's a big gamble, isn't it? I mean, he knows, not that he knows better, but it's not the safe play, is it?
No. And then he's scrambling to get to the shot. So sometimes you have to think what you're doing before.
On the line.
Service
No
over.
challenge from
3
Obayashi this time.
all.
Oh, well, hold on a moment. The umpire thought the line judge called it out.
My mistake, sorry.
Just miscommunication there.
4-2.
Yeah, correcting himself, the umpire, and Rajawat awarded the point. Well, Obayashi, I think taking him on the
5-2.
mid-court didn't kind of work out for him.
No, he's struggling to figure out what to do, to be honest. Rajawat really taking control, keeping the pressure on. He has different style though. You watch Rajawat, the way he swings in that, it's unusual too, right? So you're going up against him and it's an unusual stroke. You think doesn't look the best, or I shouldn't say the best, it's just different, right? So you're not used to it, comes off the racket a little bit different, and he has these shots and they work.
Yes, effective. I was going to say, it's to some extent, if it works for you, you know, use it, keep it. Why change it?
7-2.
And he's really taking it to him too. Like he opens up his racket at the last second and he can take it cross or go straight. So it's very different. Watch this. He opens it up. Nice, high, goes cross.
All wrist, isn't it?
Absolutely. Just 22 years of age, and there's a lot of badminton in India right now, so there's a lot of competitions. If you're on the national team, you really are doing well, and you can go up the tour pretty quick.
Yeah, the fist pump from Rajawat is looking pretty comfortable. And talking of comfort, I mean, I was watching him play the quarterfinal, I believe it was, last week. He lost out to Leilan Shi, who went on to the final. 40 degrees in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas. Or somewhere around 100 in Fahrenheit. That's how you work.
A bit of both.
We've come up here this week to Calgary. I got off the flight yesterday, walked outside, and it was, well, it said 18 degrees, but with the wind, it felt really cold. I mean, how big a challenge is that when you're traveling the world as a player and you've got to change venues, change tournaments within the week, and you know, you cut temperatures by half and you're expected to just be able to switch it on and play again. It must be tough.
It is. Again, you have to adapt, and it's a luggage that you have to bring so many different clothes for.
Right.
The cold and the hot, no. But yes, you just have to adapt. Sometimes it's so humid in certain places. Here, it's actually a dry, so it's a different kind of heat. But down in Texas, I know it was extremely hot, and it's tough sometimes to play.
Good smash.
Excellent. And then you go to some of the hot places, Indonesia and Jakarta, and they turn off the air conditioning, and it's to their advantage, right? So there's no drift and humid, yes. So
pass the shot. No.
Beautiful shot.
Shot is okay. It's okay. Pass the shot.
But I know some of the, like Indonesia and Malaysia, they don't like to go to Korea when the tournament's played. Sometimes it's too cold, and they almost say we don't want to go play it because it's, again, an advantage for the Korean players because they're used to it at that time of year.
And quite often the Korean national body are putting the events on in slightly less than typical places, or not the capital. It's hard to get to.
Right.
That must make you consider how much time you're going to have to spend on the road and how long it takes to get there. It's got to be off-putting for a top player sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes that's difficult too, and it's a little bit of an advantage for the home team sometimes as well.
Yeah. Priyanshu having to convince the umpire the shuttle needs replacing. Couple of points for Obayashi, just steadying the ship. Good net.
Well, wait.
Again. 11-4.
Fast to the net, just clips it down, nice and easy. But that's where it's going to be one, right at the net.
Yeah, terrific play from Priyanshu Rajawat. Happy looking coaching staff as well. At the mid-game interval, 7 points to lead at 11-4. Seems he's fairly happy on this far side as well, then with that change of ends, and looking good so far for the young Indian.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. 11-4. Play. Service over. 5-11.
Obayashi has to think of how he's going to change this up. The net wasn't really working for him, but he needs to get on that attack before his opponent.
Not much he could do about the touch
12
from Priyanshu. Celebrates first and then the apologetic hand. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You just played a terrific shot. Clean winner, nothing your opponent can do. It's okay to celebrate, surely.
Yes, it is.
Service over. 6-12.
Good shot.
He got away with that, but if you watch Rajawat, when he's lifting right now, he's trying to take the pace and really a flat lift. He's more confident on that side right now and just a little flatter.
More likely he's playing into the drift, do you think?
I think so.
Oh. Turning defense into attack. That was great from Rajawat, wasn't it? I thought he was really under pressure for a few shots.
And again, he's playing the quick lift, waiting for that timing. Watch this, nice and quick. Takes it cross again.
Very deceptive overhead. It might not look like the textbook technique, like you said, but devastating.
Oh, lucky break. Just bounced over.
14,
he had the
7.
easy point, and he made it so tight it almost didn't go over.
Yeah, the right result in the end, because that lift wasn't going that much past the service line. Good length. Should have put that one away, Priyanshu.
Service over. 8-14. Nine, 14.
Well, Obayashi creeping his way back into this match. But there's been a couple of mistakes, I think, from Rajawat.
Nice rally.
Oh, he's found the line, I think.
I'm not
Challenge.
Sure. That was a hard one to call.
It
Takuma
was. We're not at
Obayashi
the best
challenge
angle to see from this position. Going across like that, I think he might have just missed this. I think the feathers might have caught the line, but I think the cork of the shuttle might be wide here. Hawkeye to confirm. Plumb on the line. What a shot.
Challenge unsuccessful. One
he cuts
challenge
over
remaining.
the shuttle too. It's so nice. It's fast. It's
Service
quick.
over. 15-9.
And again, it's hard to read until he hits it.
Play.
Yeah, and his defense is reasonably solid. He's got that touch at the net and that deception. He's a hard man to play against, Rajawat. Obayashi,
16-9.
hand on head, looking up. He's not really sure what to do. I mean, tough question for you, but what could you, if you were coaching Obayashi right now, what on earth could you say?
He's really being on defense right now. He needs to take a bit more control, get on attack, and yeah, right now it's difficult at the net. He needs to not be tight at the net. You need to bring it off the net a little bit just to change it up.
Okay. Well, let's see if Obayashi can find a way. That is great technique. Backhand drive into the far corner.
17,
All going
9.
the way of Rajawat at the moment. Well, there he goes again.
Service
Comfortable
over.
lead. He's got to
10,
be careful not to
17.
be too wild here. Keep working hard. Oh, terrific.
Service
Good
over.
footwork, read that shot,
18,
and again the
10.
way he cuts across the shuttle to send it cross.
Yeah, what a racket. Because you're looking straight there, and he hit just enough in that reach, and he puts across.
Little double action, enough to force the mistake. Clever.
19, 10.
Again, you watch that little wiggle in his racket, and it just throws your opponent off.
Well, it's going to be tough for whoever gets through this one. Very much looking like Priyanshu Rajawat right now, but top seed Anders Antonsen waits in the quarter-final for the winner of this one, coming through earlier against Nat Nguyen of Ireland in straight games.
Service over. 11, 19.
That's going to be a tougher test for Rajawat, I think, Charmaine. Anders Antonsen up next in the quarters.
Yeah, Antonsen's playing so well. He's heading off to the Olympics here shortly too, but just his confidence in the way he plays right now, it's incredible.
Another
Service
terrific
over.
mover. He's a tall man
20.
as well, and he's got
Match point.
that long rally, that
11.
cruising around the court and just pushing the shuttle into spaces. As we look now, 9 match points. Priyanshu Rajawat. Oh, little trick shot. Brilliant.
Game.
What a performance from Priyanshu Rajawat. He was growing in confidence throughout the match. Impressive, Charmaine.
Yeah, definitely. He took control right from the beginning. And again, his racket is unique, and he plays well. He hits down hard, but coming into the net, he won the net. He comes in nice and high, plays a good net shot, waits for his opportunity.
Match won by Priyanshu Rajawat.
Well, through to the
21,
quarterfinals, then
19,
Priyanshu Rajawat,
21,
Anders Antonsen
11.
awaits. That will be tomorrow, hopefully on court 1. We'll have to wait until play is decided today. Lots of live stream here across the coverage of the Canada Open for you to be able to watch that match. Just 38 minutes, Priyanshu Rajawat through to the quarterfinals over Japan's Takuma Obayashi in straight games, 21-19, 21-11. Thanks for staying with us here at the Canada Open. It's round 2 matches, players looking for a result to get them through to the quarterfinals. We've got another men's singles. It's going to be fascinating and some home interest in this one. Last week, terrific performance from Yushi Tanaka at the US Open.